gonna be beefing. First of all, if you was beefing at a wedding, you should be beefing at their wedding. Why would you bring to somebody else's club? That's sad. It's upsetting me in my home, girl, because we feel like, well, damn, if you can't go to bed on no chase, what the hell could you go?
What's going on, everybody? I am Wesley from Aconnectiontv, the network, the one channel on YouTube where we actually adopt similar connections despite our differences. And some of you guys may know who this beautiful guy is, and some of you guys may not know, but that's what this video is all about. I am always interested in hearing people's backstories within regards to being open, living as a masculine man in this world that we call the United States of America. So for those of you that do not know, or for the people that do not know, can you introduce yourself to the wonderful audience, please?
What's going on, world? This is your boy Hector. Originally from New York. I live in Orlando, Florida. You can find me on Instagram, Rican Redlink, RICANREDLYNK, to see more of my life.
Okay, so this video is going to be titled "Coming Out as." Are you Puerto Rican? Are you Latino? Are you Mexican? Are you Cubano? There's so many variations of a Latino, and if I call someone Mexican, they get upset. If I call someone Puerto Rican, they get upset. So what do you consider yourself to be?
Well, I am mixed, and there's a lot of questions because a lot of people say from the words that I use, but I am half Puerto Rican and half Jamaican. Okay.
Which side do you associate with the most?
I associate with my Puerto Rican side definitely way more. Okay.
So I don't want to sound any sort of way to the audience and to you, but I am not Puerto Rican, so I don't know your world, I don't know your life, as far as being open and out and your culture and dealing with your family. But you have two versions. You have the Jamaican side, which is usually very homophobic, and so we've heard, to be very homophobic and against gays, so to speak. Not everybody. Don't kill me out there, y'all that are Jamaican. Not everybody. And then you have the Puerto Rican side, which, from what I've seen in the media and other people that I know that are Puerto Rican and homosexual or gay or bi or whatever, it's lenient, more lenient on that side. So how has it been being half and half and being out?
Well, for me, it's been a little easy because I really don't associate myself with my father's side of the family. So, I mean, I'm well educated on the culture because I love to know about my people. But as far as having to deal with the aspects of being Jamaican, I've never personally had to deal with them. Now, on the Puerto Rican side, it's not as accepted as you think. When I first came out to my mother, me and my mother didn't talk for almost a year after I came out. A lot of Hispanic households are religious households. So obviously, not to jump on the whole religion thing, but we all know how people who practice religion feel about homosexuality. So it wasn't as easy as some may think. It wasn't as hard as others may have had it, but it was a difficult time.
So at what age for you did you realize that you were attracted to the same sex?
Well, I've been attracted to dudes now. Since I can remember kindergarten. I remember being in kindergarten, messing with boys in kindergarten, to messing with boys in my IS, which is intermediate, which is a junior high school in New York, to high school in New York, to chilling in the hood with some of my friends, messing with them. So ever since I can remember, I've always been attracted to guys.
Okay. Now, I want to point out to all my Puerto Ricans that are watching, don't hate me. I'm just going off of what I see in the media and from what I've seen in my life, right? A lot of Puerto Ricans that I've seen that have been out in their family have been on the flamboyant side. And would you consider yourself, or did you consider yourself at a young age to be flamboyant and people could easily tell, or were you masculine and people couldn't tell?
I mean, to answer honestly, I I can say that I went through stages. You know what I mean? Like I just wasn't, this wasn't me always. You know what I mean? I did, and I'm sure you'll find out later on in the video, I did a lot of adjusting to as times progressed. So I had not a real feminine stage, but I had a little more feminine stage part in my life compared to where I am now. So I've been through different stages.
Okay, so did you experiment with like makeup and hairsprays in the bathroom by yourself, or did you, like Jamal in Empire, wear high heels coming down the stairs in front of the Christmas party? Like,
I experimented more because I'm from New York. I experimented more with my mother's stockings on my head, wearing her Sunday church dresses, singing to the plunger in the room like if I was Selena, because I remember I was a big Selena fan. So yeah, that was more me. That was the extent of my gayness, I guess. But that was at a young age too. You know, that was as a young boy, maybe 9, 8 years old, still trying to find myself, being raised in a religious household, to knowing that I'm messing with boys around the block and in school already. So yeah.
how many brothers and sisters do you have?
I have 11 sisters.
Wow.
And two brothers. One of my brothers passed away in '97 when I was like 16. He got into a car accident. But 11 sisters, 1 brother. Me and my brother really don't talk. He has, I don't want to say recently, but maybe like 5 years, has found God. So now he's this holier than thou person. So we don't really talk, but me and all of my sisters, we talk on a regular. My family's very close. My mother brought us up very close. She was a single mother, like I said, so she brought us up very close to have to depend on each other for everything, you know what I mean? Like, if we couldn't depend on her for it, then one of our brothers or sisters had to step in and take that role, and that leadership role, and we had to depend on them. So
all the sisters, like 100% your sister or half sister?
No, we're all from the same family.
All right, wow. All in one household?
Yeah, well, you gotta remember too, back in the days, you know, back in my parents' days, since we're speaking about the Hispanic culture, in the church, you know, back then it was where the man would work and the female would stay home, keep house, have the kids, that sort. So it was very big back in that time that you found Hispanic women who had 11, 12, 13. I know some who had 16, 17. My aunt, I'm not lying to you, my aunt, my great aunt, which is my grandmother's sister, she had 26 kids. All from the same man, starting at the age of 16. And her last one was when she was like almost 50.
Wow.
So, it's very common, you know what I'm saying, for like, if someone of my age, which I'm 34, for someone of my age parents to have a lot of children, or maybe they have a lot of siblings.
Okay. So do you think that because a lot of people when they think of young men growing up being gay or whatever, it's one of two things that's the cause of it. Well, one of three things that's the cause of it. It's either their father wasn't around, it's either they were molested, or it's either they had nothing but women around them. So would you attribute any one of those things to be the reason why you like men?
Well, I could be honest and say that I was a product of all three. You know what I'm saying? I mean, being completely honest. Do I attribute any of those things to me being gay? No, I don't think so. You know what I mean? If I was looking for a guy who had the same characteristics as my father, or only liked older gentlemen, or only, you know, that type of thing, I can see where it would relate to I have daddy issues. You know what I mean? At one point, I did like him younger than me, you know what I mean? And almost to where, not that I took care of them, you know what I mean? But that I was more of the provider. So I, at one point, thought maybe that was me trying to be the dad that my dad was. But that stopped fast.
Okay. Did any of your sisters know, or like, how long did you go through in life without anybody knowing?
Well, I came out to my sisters in 2004. That's when I came out to my sisters. because all of my sisters live in New York. I moved to Orlando in 2000, so I've been here now for 15 years. So my family here found out in 2000, and yeah, like I said, yeah, that's right. Okay. So, but my sisters were all okay with it. You know what I'm saying? They're all like, bitch, we knew you was gay, bitch, you gay, you know, like all of that. I didn't, my mom was the one that I got the negative response from. My sisters, I didn't get a 100% positive, like, oh, you know, but it was very still churchy, like, you know, well, we still love you because you're our brother, but, you know, in the Bible it says that it's, you know, God, da da da, everyone knows that story, so
they were accepting, but they still were like...
Accepting because I was their brother, not because of the sexual orientation.
Well, so let me ask you this. Were there any moments in your younger days that you saw or bear witness to any of your family members gay bashing or homo bashing or, you know, verbally bashing other homosexuals or anything like that?
Not homosexuals. I've heard them use gay slangs and terms, you know what I mean? Like, but that's anybody, you know, like if you're in a heated argument, I've seen my sisters call their man faggot ass nigga, like you faggot ass nigga in the middle of argument. Something like that. But like, I can honestly say they've never been around it, you know what I mean? I'm the first openly gay person in my family, so they've never been around it, so I don't know if I can't remember. I don't know if they did hate on it. I don't think they did, because, you know, the way they are now with me, so.
Okay. So you said in your younger days, you did have some feminine tendencies. When do you think you broke out of that? Like, did you think that you needed to break out of that so people wouldn't think that you were gay, or at what age did you flip?
What age did I flip? Well, let's talk about why I got there first.
Okay.
At that age, I was new to the gay scene. I was about 130 pounds, about 120 something pounds heavier. I didn't fit in with either side as far as big or skinny. Does that make sense to you? Like, I didn't fit in. I was like the type of boys that I like didn't like me, so I had to get attention somehow. So I figured by altering my appearance, because that was what was hot at that time, it would gain me the attention that I was, you know, desperately seeking from people, from not being accepted.
So altering your appearance in what way?
Just like what I used to wear, the way I used to act. I was a little more carefree. My wrists used to pop just a little bit more than what they pop now.
So were you the yes kind of kid?
Yeah. I mean, also at that same time too, I was also part of the ballroom community.
Ah.
You know what I'm saying? I used to be a Mizrahi for many years. So yeah, that was all in the whole like, yes, bitch, work, yeah, you know what I'm saying? That whole era of
So
my
what
life.
what age was this for you?
When I became a ballroom kid, I was like, wow, maybe like 23.
And why did you go to the ballroom scene?
I liked it because I felt it was a healthy competition between families. Anyone who knows about the ballroom scene, there's houses. To me, houses are like family. If the house is a good house, if it's a united house. So that attracted me, you know what I mean? Like, people accepting the one person no matter what it was that, you know, they looked like or acted like we love you regardless. Like, you know what I mean? If you're a member of our house, bitch, you are our motherfucking brother or our sister, and you are. So that attracted me, you know what I mean? At the same time, like I said, I'm looking for that acceptance from some kind of group because I didn't have it. So that's what attracted me to the ballroom scene.
Okay, so I'm trying to picture you with the pop wrist and then you wanting acceptance outside of your family. Like, were there days when your family saw the pop wrist and was like, cut that out, and read the Bible? Like, I'm confused. Why did you feel that you needed?
My family are not Bible beaters. And what I mean by that is, every time they see me, they're preaching the word of God to me because I'm gay. My brother, Bible beater. You know what I mean? I've been called every word from him. So, not my sisters though.
Okay, interesting. So you discovered this ballroom scene. Did you discover it through word of mouth? How did you discover the ballroom scene?
Well, it wasn't on YouTube because back then YouTube didn't exist. So, I don't remember when I was introduced. I do remember going to a ball in Miami, and I just remember having a blast. I had such a good time, and like I said, I saw the camaraderie between the houses and the healthy competition. I mean, there was shade too, but I was like, yeah, it's fun and it's accepting. Like, I've got to be a part of this.
Okay, so I'm trying to picture you, Hector, pop wrist, heavier, wearing, certain types of clothing, discovering this house. When you were in the ballroom scene, describe what Hector looked like and what were you doing in the ballroom scene?
Well, my category that I walked was Big Boys Runway, because I was bigger. And to be honest, like I said, I think at that time, once I got accepted, I started walking balls, started winning, you know what I mean? So I was being accepted. Now I guess it was the time that I can actually kind of transition into who I really was, you know what I mean? Or now that I found that acceptance that I was looking for, I didn't have to put on this fake person per se, you know what I mean, to find the acceptance. I'm accepted. This house accepts me. They live for me. When I go walk a function and when I'm competing against another house, you hear them screaming my name like I'm in. So now that I'm in and I got what I'm looking for, this can come off, and this can come off, or I can stop doing this, things like that, or drinking like this.
So did those things affect you mentally? Did you feel like because there were stereotypes of homosexuality that you needed to stray away from that, or was that how you regularly was as a guy, like more masculine than feminine?
I think I was always more masculine than feminine, because even in New York, you know what I mean, I was never feminine. I came out when I moved out here, so I guess I always was this boy's boy. But like I said, to fit in,
gotcha,
I had to adapt.
Okay. So when did you kiss your first boy, and was it magical to you? Or was it just like, whatever, I kissed a boy?
Yeah, it was whatever, I kissed the boy. Like, I'm not trying to be funny, I've done other things with boys before I even kissed the boy. So when the kiss finally happened, it was just like...
So you were a freak? And you were a freak at a young age?
I plead the fifth on that. I refuse to divulge that information.
Okay. All right. It's very interesting. So, was there because I like that we're doing this video, and a lot of people, latch on to you, for the Culture Clubb. They think that you're...
Which, by the way, let me, I do want to say, the comments and the support that I get from people on the page is overwhelming. The messages that I get on Instagram, people DMing me just different stories. I was just at a restaurant the other day, yesterday, and shared a story with one of my friends that somebody wrote me on Instagram that morning. So I just want to give a shout out to all of y'all who, who got my back, who, just, who ride with me. And for those who don't ride with me, fuck you. I'm just kidding. Look, they're gonna go crazy over that, right?
Dramatic,
I'm just kidding. It was a joke, but we're all entitled to our own opinion. I know there's those who don't like me, and my opinion is not always right. In my mind, it is. That's why it's my opinion, though. So yeah, to those who don't like me, I don't hate you. I don't care.
What do you say to younger individuals, kids or younger adults that are Hispanic, Puerto Rican, Cubano? Before I even get to that question, why is it such a big ass deal to be called Mexican if you're Puerto Rican and to be called?
Well, it's not to be called anything. It's you have to understand. You have to respect the cultures. You see, it was plural. Cultures. Not every Hispanic person is categorized as a Mexican. Mexicans have their own culture. Puerto Ricans have their own culture. Cubans have their own. Brazilians, Argentinians, Panamanians.
Is it that?
Just because we share the Spanish language does not mean everything is the same.
Okay, touche. That's great. That's well understood. I get that. I compute that in the brain.
Okay.
But is it that big of a deal for somebody to, want to beat somebody up because
you gotta understand? It's been happening for so many years, and it's been happening out of pettiness for so many years that eventually people get tired of hearing it as a joke. If you come at somebody who's Puerto Rican and be like, hey, can I ask you a question? Are you Mexican or are you something like that? In a nice way, they're not gonna flip out on you. They'll probably be like, no. But I mean, if you be like, bitch, you Mexican? In front of everybody, oh yeah, you deserve to get cussed out. You know, you deserve it.
Okay, well.
So, it's different cultures. Every race in the Latin culture is totally different from each other.
Okay.
So it's offensive. It's offensive if you call a Jamaican Haitian. It's offensive if you call a black man Haitian or a Haitian man Jamaican. They all get offended because they're different islands. They all have their different cultures. You don't run. If you know someone's Jamaican, you're not gonna walk up to them and be like, "Are you Haitian?" No, you know he's Jamaican. He's wearing the Jamaican T-shirt.
So what across the board? What can we call all of you? Latin,
Hispanic, doesn't matter.
Okay.
Just not Mexican. Like it's not. Everyone tries to categorize.
People, to all of my Mexican viewers that are watching right now.
You understand what I'm saying though? They understand. I bet you. I bet you if you have Mexican viewers right now, I'm more than sure if you are Mexican, please comment on this part right
here. I do have a percentage of people from Mexico.
Because I'm telling you, I'm sure that they are also tired of people saying that everybody is Mexican. I'm sure it's offensive to them if they're standing next to someone and they hear someone ask a Puerto Rican person if they're Mexican. I'm sure to them it's offensive too.
Okay. So before we got into that whole spiel, I wanted to say the reason why this video is being done is for the younger kids and the younger adults so that they can grab something to relate to from someone of the similar background. Mm-hmm. So because I'm sure that they are watching, because you do have some supporters from the Culture Club and beyond that, what is your overall message for someone coming out or trying to come out? Do you think that we have to come out? What is your overall message?
My message is don't come out sooner than what you have to. You understand? When you're comfortable with yourself, when you're fully comfortable with yourself is when you should come out. And I think it's going to be easier that way because when you get all the negative backlash from being gay, you're so comfortable with yourself that you're not going to care what anyone else says. I think that's the problem. Some people feel like they have to be forced out and they're not ready to come out. And this is why we have so many suicides, so many problems, is because of that. Someone who comes out who's fully comfortable with themselves will have an easier time dealing with the introduction of the gay life.
What can people do if they're feeling suicidal or not loved or hated upon? What are your suggestions for people to, break from those thoughts? What should they do?
Man, call a friend. You have to call a friend.
But what if they're not out and they think that their friends will
You should always find, if you're not out, I think everyone should have one person that knows about them. You know what I mean? You know your friends, you know who they are, you know how they would react if you were gay. Find one friend that you can talk to. I think every person, even going through any other type of issue, I think you should always have one friend that you should be able to call and talk to about whatever the issue is.
Okay. And you're saying someone, you should at least always have that one friend, which
Correct.
makes sense. But there are a lot of individuals that for whatever reason don't have that friend, or if they do come out to that friend disowns them, or whatever the case may be. So would you suggest that somebody goes to the ballroom scene, or if they have that in their state, was that a good experience for you?
I think it was a real good experience for me. Like I said, I found acceptance. I learned a lot of things in my life. It made me go through a lot of things. So it made me, it almost was a part of the grooming of me, of who I've become today. Experiences that I've experienced through it helped me, you know what I'm saying, what I go through in the present time. I wouldn't say necessarily join the ballroom scene. I would say find something of your interest and join a group. You know what I mean? If you don't want to be a part of the ballroom scene, you don't have to if that's not what interests you. Maybe you like shows and pageants and drag queens, so maybe you may want to get into something like that. Get into a group that you're comfortable with, that is a nice amount of people in the group. That way you have more people who are like you, so therefore it's easier to talk to other people. Okay.
I was talking to a friend of mine.
You have friends?
Yeah, I know. Isn't it weird? Isn't it strange? But no, she was saying, and
I mean, I know you got 20,000 followers, but
I said friends. So she was saying that I was telling her, because I had multiple conversations about, and I think we probably talked about this. I'm not sure, but the new millennials that are growing up now, the early 20s. And the 18s, the 19s, up to 25, they're growing up with seeing homosexuality all around them, and they're growing up with hearing about it, if not 24/7, every week now.
Right.
They're high school kids, or they're coming out. The younger kids are coming out. People are free spirited now. Do you think that we're living in a better world than when we were growing up, or do you think that in the past it was easier?
No, I think we're in a better world right now as far as for gay people is concerned. I think a lot of the rights that we have been fighting for so long are now coming to pass, and I think those are great. But I think it's a little easier. Like I said, back then, you didn't have the internet, and you didn't have a lot of resources to be able to find groups that would help you, or be able to make friends online, like when it first came out with AOL and stuff like that. We didn't have those resources. You know what I mean? So if we were depressed about being gay and didn't want to come out to our family, we didn't have as many options to find help. So yeah, I think right now it is much easier. It's much easier because being gay is more socially accepted. So it's not as harsh of a backlash when you do come out to your family and friends. You do have those instances, but it's not as harsh.
Okay, I can agree with that.
Okay. Well, I'm glad we can agree on something.
Yeah, we can adopt similar connections despite our differences.
Very good. Good.
So let me ask you. So now that you're uber masculine and you're
let me stop right there because I am masculine. I wouldn't say that I'm uber masculine. You know what I mean? I'm just me. I have gay moments. Still have gay tendencies. You know, you guys don't see it much on camera. Not much. I do tend to slip up on some recordings, but I still have my gay moments. You know what I mean? I'm not embarrassed or ashamed by them. I don't proclaim to be this 100% masculine, rah type of nigga.
But you like sports though, so that
I love sports. Okay. I love football, baseball, basketball.
So you're just like, you can be compared to
I'm one
just
of the
like
niggas.
a regular guy,
Yeah, I'm
quote
just
unquote,
one of the niggas.
right, regular guy. So it's not in your nature to walk out with anything to say, hey, I'm gay.
Right.
That's just not you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so now that you are this man and you lost the weight and you're living on your own and you're in Florida, what is a day in the life of Mr. Hector?
A day in the life.
Right. Are you getting hit on by all the guys? Are you...
To be honest with you, this is the thing. I'm gonna keep it 100. Like, and maybe it's just Orlando, but guys don't fuck with me like that. Believe it or not. Like, I would have to make the initial move or something like that. But like, just to be like, they hit me up on websites. Like when they see my picture, they're like, "Oh, you cute," whatever. But like, just to be out in the day and guys hit on me. I get guys who hit on me at work sometimes. But that's because I know they're gay. So I might slide the little hint and then they like, okay. And then that's when it goes. To be honest with you, I get hit on a lot by women all the time. Which is why I wear this. Because I hate to tell all women that I'm gay. You know what I mean? Like, oh, I'm sorry, I'm not one of those, oh, I'm sorry, honey, I'm gay and you can't have me. I don't like to break nobody's spirit like that. Like if they find out eventually, bitch, why you ain't tell me you was just gay? I mean, if they coming at you because they interested, they don't build up all this stuff, this confidence, and why are you gonna break it down? Like, girl, I'm gay. What? That's not me. So I'm more like, oh, I'm sorry, I'm married. You know what I'm saying? But thank you so much. I'm flattered. That's how I always do, especially at work. I have a lot of women who hit on me at work, and I'm like, I'm sorry. I love my wife.
Okay. So beyond the gay stuff, and what for the people that know you,
not love my wife. I just tell them I'm married. They don't know. Right. I just caught that.
Right.
No one. If anyone asks me if I'm gay, I would say yes. I have no. But if at work, especially, I'm a server, so. With females, like I said, I get hit on a lot, so I do flirt back with them. So I'm not gonna throw the whole I'm gay thing out there because that'll fuck up my money. So what I'm saying, I flirt back with the respect of me being married. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
Okay.
I just had to make that very clear.
That's fine.
Okay.
So outside of the gay situation, just for the people that already know who you are and support you and DM you and all of that. What do you do? Like, what are your hobbies? What do you like to do? Like,
let's talk about a day in Hector. Normally I'll wake up in the morning. I'll have my son with me in the morning. He's 6. He's in first grade.
So you have a kid?
Yes.
So you stuck your penis in a vagina, ejaculated in the vagina without a condom, and brought life into this world.
How did I know you was gonna come with? I knew that this interview was not gonna have just normal conversation with you. It had to jump into the penis, into the vagina, and the vagina.
I mean, it's a simple thought.
The answer to the question, Wesley, is that he's 6 years old, and I'll wake up in the morning, get him ready, drop him off at school. If I work, I'll go in at 9. Usually I don't work when I take him to school, so I'll come home, I'll chill, I'll run some errands, things like that. I work 4 days a week, 4 12-hour shifts, so I'm off 3 days in a row. So I'm a home person. But on Sundays, I play for a gay softball league. So that's something that I like to do. Like I said, I love sports. I like to play basketball. I love to play football, but baseball is that's my heart. And it's a very common sport in Puerto Rico and the Hispanic culture. If you really pay attention in the major leagues, there's a lot of that sport has the most Hispanic population.
It's not soccer?
Well, yeah, but soccer really hasn't become popular in the States until here recently.
Okay. So what do you like to do besides sports? Like, do you like to shop? Do you like to travel? I know we mentioned and you talked about being in acting and you like acting. So do you play video games?
I'm a boring person, believe it or not. I'm a very boring person. I'm a home person. I like to be at home, watch my shows. If I go out, I like to go to the beach. I love the beach, especially at nighttime.
Would we ever see you in a thong?
Never.
Why?
I'm just not built for no thong. Like I said, I used to be 100 and something pounds bigger. You are not catching me in no thong.
So if you had a Stephen Beck body, would you be in a thong?
No.
It's just not you.
I just can't walk around with something crept up my ass for 8 hours.
But you, never mind. We're gonna leave that one alone. So, so there you have it, guys and girls. For all of the people that have been hitting me up, where's Hector? What's going on with Hector? Why is he not on Culture Clubb? You need Hector back. Hector needs to be back. Are you back, Hector? Can you let the people know? Are you back?
Yeah, I'm back.
Okay.
I am definitely back. I just some personal things to get together, some issues to resolve, but I'm back. I'm definitely back. I'm back.
Why are you a part of a Culture Clubb? Why?
I like the message. I like the message that we speak. I like the difference of opinion. Believe it or not, I like the contrast of opinions, because sometimes listening to the fellas and hearing their side on why they think something is something, it teaches me at the same time. I like it because it's a platform for everybody to be heard. You always find somebody on the panel that you can identify with, whether it be me, TC, Jeremy, even Wes. Sometimes you can identify. You're always gonna find somebody you can identify with. So that's why I enjoy the Culture Clubb. That's why I do the Culture Clubb.
So I'm gonna ask you a couple random questions, maybe 3 to 5 random questions. Okay?
Down. Let's do this.
Okay. What is your favorite color?
Blue.
Okay.
Sky blue to be specific, but blue is my favorite color, hands down.
What man and female in the Hollywood industry would you love to work with?
Believe it or not, the male that I would love to work with would be Denzel Washington. The female that I would love to work with would be Meryl Streep.
All right, I could vibe with the Meryl Streep. I can definitely vibe with the Meryl Streep, but Denzel has a tendency to always be Denzel in everything that he plays.
Okay. But you did ask me who I would.
I did, but I'm gonna chime in, right?
Okay, well, chime in. I understand. I thought that was my question, but I mean, if you want to give
what is your favorite holiday of the year?
Ooh, Thanksgiving.
Really? Yeah. Why is that?
Thanksgiving, because I'm a big family person. And there's nothing more that makes me happier than to see even like my family's all in New York. My mother just recently relocated back to New York, so my friends here in Orlando are my family. You know what I'm saying? So like when I just this Thanksgiving, I had a bunch of people over. I cooked a bunch of food. Shout out to everybody who came over. I was extremely blessed to have everybody here and share that holiday with me, because it means so much. I'm just a big family person. I love, like I said, camaraderie. I love all that, and Thanksgiving is definitely my number one holiday. What
is your favorite movie?
My favorite movie of all time, I'll have to say The Hot Chick.
Okay, interesting. And what is
Hocus Pocus. Oh, that's my shit.
Okay. And this is the last question. What is your favorite memory in 2015?
My favorite memory in 2015 is buying Nala, my dog. That's my favorite memory.
All right, that's so sweet and gay. I love it. Well, thank you guys for tuning in to Coming Out and Being Hispanic / Jamaican / just Puerto Rican / Hector, right? About that. If you guys have any questions for Hector, all of his information will be below. He's very open to receiving what you are able to give him, as long as it's positive energy, right?
Most definitely.
Okay.
Most definitely.
And I do understand that everybody is different. Not everybody's childhood that are of Hispanic descent was the same.
Correct.
But I thought that it would be very important to share his story. We had the twins on here that were Jamaican. They shared their story. So that's the reason why I wanted to share his story. Once again, if you guys have any questions, leave them below. And thank you so much for tuning in. And it's a wrap.
Started just introducing extra things.
Okay. So this is completely like your site. Like it's
This
not
is
ran
my-
through a third party.
No,
This is your site launched by you.
It's launched by me, created by me.
And you have actual
Atomic beats.
Bright lights in the